I want to share something with you, and it's going to be pretty quick because I know that then, Casey, you're going to pick up and kind of take it to that next level and drill down with everybody. But I coach a lot of people, and I work with a lot of people. And one of the questions that I get a lot is, Donovan, what am I supposed to do with my time? Like, what do I do with my day? And it's actually funny because one of my friends that's in Florida, he told me that when he had a full-time job and he was doing Isagenix on the side in the pockets of his time, he was actually more productive. And he got to a point where he said, okay, I'm ready to quit my full-time job and go full-time with Isagenix. He said that first month was horrible. And Casey, I don't know if you experienced that when you made a transition, but all of a sudden now you've got all this time and you have no idea. He was like, I didn't know what to do with all this time. And so he said, my first month was terrible because I did nothing. Like, I wasn't efficient. I wasn't, all of these things that he was ahead of time. And so, people go, what do I do? Like, what do I do with my time? What's the best use of my time? So I've created a little bit of a system that I've been training people on and coaching people with. And I asked Casey if I could share it with you tonight because I think it will help. And some of you guys may be dialed in, right? Some of you guys may be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm dialed in. I know exactly what I need to do every day. And that's awesome. And I don't want to replace that. I don't want to replace it at all. What I'd encourage you to do, I'm going to try to give you guys some numbers. I'm going to try to give you guys like why what I'm talking about tonight actually works. And then you guys will talk a little bit further on tactically then how do we get down into the weeds and make it happen. But to me, there's three things and it's really that simple. There are three things you need to focus on when it comes to your business. All right. And I'm going to give you the three. There are three I's. I'm going to do a PowerPoint. So I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint here real fast so you guys can look at these three areas. But there are three areas that I tell people all the time, focus on these areas. And here's the awesome part about this is if I have an hour a day, then I just focus a third of my time in each of these time blocks. If I have 2 hours a day, right? So that becomes 20 minutes in each of these areas. If I've got 2 hours a day, that becomes 40 minutes in each of these areas. The nice thing about setting it up this way is if I don't have 2 hours, back to back to back, right? I can split it up. I've got 40 hours in the morning, 40 hours during the day, 40 minutes in the morning, 40 minutes during the day, 40 minutes in the evening. I can split it up that way. If I do 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, right? However you want to break your pockets of time up, you can break it up. The other amazing thing about this is you can, if you're like me, I find that I've got to work on projects or I've got to work in space where if I need creativity, I've got to focus all my effort today in creativity, right? Tomorrow I can do coaching. The next day I can do projects, working on projects, things like that. Like because it takes me a while to shift gears, right? I have a really hard time going from very creative to very constructive, in coaching and that sort of thing. So it takes me a long time to adjust back and forth. So what I'm going to share with you is a framework. You fit it into however fits your schedule, okay? And fits your lifestyle. So here are the three things. The first I is introduce, right? So a third of your time needs to be focused on introducing people to your network. This is all about networking. This is all about building relationships. It's all about connecting, okay? And I'm gonna share some inside secrets, right, that I use to help out with this, okay? So connecting is this. This is my little connection wheel, my introduction wheel, all right? It starts off with curiosity. I'm going to take an interest in other people, and I'm not going to wait for them to take an interest in me, right? We all know, I wish I had a little Isagenix thing with me here, but we all know how we got that, the shot glass, or we've got the little e-shot, or we've got our shaker cup, and we hide the Isagenix logo, and we're at the gym, and we're taking this really cool selfie, and we hope that we post it, and everybody's going to come ask us, dude, what is it you're doing? What's going on? What's that drink? What is it you're taking, right? We want them, we post something, and we think they're going to take an interest in us and create curiosity. And that's part of it. But the other part of this is we have to take an interest in other people. Right? So we got to start asking questions to other people. Hey, and for me, this is how I do it, right? I don't know if all dudes are this way, but I look for guys' hats. I look for their shirts. What shirts are they wearing? And I look for, the kind of classic question is, what is it that you do, right? So you just start up a conversation. So I look and see, do I have something in common with a sports team or not? I'll pretty much speak to anybody from any team, about any team. And, even if I don't like them, I'm like, oh, man, are you kidding? Patriots fan, right? What? Seriously? Sorry for Patriots fans on the line. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so you just start that conversation up. right? And it just creates a good conversation. You take an interest in them, ask questions about them. That curiosity leads to that conversation where you get some dialogue back and forth. And listen, I'm not talking about Isagenix here. I'm just talking to them. I'm getting to know them. I'm starting to understand who they are, what they're about. That conversation leads to credibility. All right, that credibility is they know they can trust me. That credibility is they're starting to trust me, right? They're starting to get that they're not going to be just a cog in the wheel, but that I actually care about them. When you create that credibility, you create a space of comfort. And in that space of comfort, that's when people start to open up about their pain. See, I think a lot of us, we get stuck because we think, I ask them a couple questions, I'm going to start talking to them about Isagenix and try to figure out what their pain is, and they should open up right away. And that's not, I've never met anybody where within the first 5-10 minutes, they all of a sudden go, man, I'm so glad you're here. I am so fat and overweight, it's not even funny, right? I've never had that. I'm so burnt out, right? I just don't have the energy to make it through life anymore. Never had that, right? What happens? It takes time. You got to build relationships. You got to work that relationship. Let them know that they can trust you. Get them to a space where they're comfortable. And then that fifth C is conversion. That's that space where we start talking to them about Isagenix. All right, you with me? So that introduce phase, that's that whole phase. All of that's going on in that introduce phase. Here's the nice thing about the introduce phase. I can do it in mass. So I'm really big on copy and paste and text. There's an app. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. Everybody asked me about this app. I absolutely love this app. I'll show it to you here. It's called Hey You. Can you guys, hopefully you guys can see that. It's the green one in the Apple store. All right. Here's the cool thing about this app is I can type a text, right? Just one text. I can tag 20, 30, 40 people in that text and send it, and it goes to each of them individually, right? It's fantastic. So it doesn't go to them as a group. It goes to them all individually. So they're all getting this individual message. So I can simply, and to me, this is part of that introduce phase. I've got 20 people on my phone that I want to reach out to and just see how they're doing. I can type a text, hey man, I just went for a run and came back. I was thinking about you. I'd love to know how you're doing. Hit send, and I can send it to each of them individually. I do that. I've got guy friends all over the country. I did this at Thanksgiving. I did this at Christmas. I did it at New Year's. At New Year's, I held up a little martini glass, took a picture of it. I said, hey, cheers, mate. Hope you know how much you meant to me this year. I'm looking forward to 2018 and what it's got in store for both of us. Sent that out, and not all of them, half of them replied back. Sorry about my dogs in the background. Half of them replied back, right? Which was awesome because then it gave me a chance to engage, okay? That's part of what this is all about. Reaching out to people, casting that net with people, trying to get some engagement, trying to get some conversation going. That conversation leads to credibility, leads to comfort, leads to the opportunity to move them to that next phase, all right? And hopefully that makes sense. So the next phase is invite. Right? So now we just spent a ton of time introducing people to my network. Now I'm going to move them down here to invite. This means Isagenix, yes or no. Right now, it's not one conversation. This could be 5 conversations. This could be 8 conversations. It could be 2 years worth of conversations about Isagenix. Okay, you with me? But this is an opportunity for you to start talking to people. Hey, let me send you a video. Hey, let me send you an article. Hey, I was thinking about you. I'd love for you to watch this article. I was thinking about you. I'd love for you to go to this Experience Isagenix presentation, right? And just now you're having conversations with them. If people don't say, no, leave me alone, they stay in this space. If they say, hey, you know what? I get it. Casey, I get it. You're passionate about Isagenix. Get off my back for a little while, right? I'd move them up to introduce. Okay, cool. Let's just keep that conversation going with them, right? I'm going to see Casey posting stuff about, her family and, 70 whatever degrees. And, she's out and she's enjoying the day. Awesome, right? So I'm gonna, start talking to her on Facebook, start interacting with her, keep that conversation going. I don't want to leave her alone, right? But that's what so many of us do. You're not interested? Okay, I'll never speak to you again. Don't, that's not helpful, right? Build a relationship with them, right? Keep working with them. Keep them in this invite stage and keep, talking to them. And it doesn't have to be the same thing every time, right? It's not like the 3rd of the month. I've got it on my calendar. I'm going to go to Casey. Hey, Casey, guess what? It's the 3rd of the month again, man. I want to talk to you about Isagenix. No? Okay. All right. I'll see you next month, right? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about authentic conversations, trying to connect, trying to get people to that space where they understand who we are, what we're about. Be specific. I saw this video. I thought of you because this, right? I saw this article. I thought of you because this. We've got this new product coming out, and it reminded me of you because, right? And get really specific with it, guys, and drill down into it and invite people. So a third of my time, introduce. A third of my time, invite. A third of my time, invest. All right? Invest. So if they're a customer, I want to invest in them as a customer, make sure they have a great customer experience. If they're a consultant, I want to make sure that I'm investing in them as a consultant, right? And consultant is I'm building a business, right? So it's an associate, consultant, manager, director, executive. I'm going to work with them. Now, so hopefully this all makes sense. I know I'm hitting with you guys a lot. So hopefully this makes sense for you. But here's the thing. You can do some of these pieces at the same time. So if I'm working with a consultant, right? So let's say I'm working with, I'm going to pull a name, Megan. All right. So I'm working with Megan. Hey, Megan. All right. So Megan's on my team. She's one of my consultants. Okay. I want to invest in her, but I want to make the best use of my time. Guess what I can do? Megan, I'm going to be making some introduce calls. I'm going to be sending out some texts. I'm going to do this blitz. I want you to do it with me. Right? So let's set up some time. Come over to the house, do it with me, and bring somebody, right? So then Megan invites Lou to come over, right? So then, and Lou, if Lou wants to bring somebody, she's going to bring Amanda because Amanda needs help with this too. Guess what we just did? I'm working on my own personal business, and I'm mentoring them as well, right? I'm showing them how to do the do. So it doesn't have to be that it's all separated out. You can do some of this time together, put some of these elements together, and make it happen. Okay, we good? So let me thumbs up if we're okay so far. All right, perfect. Okay, so here's how this plays out. Now, I did a challenge, and Casey, it's up to you if you want to do this challenge, but I did a challenge at the end of last year with some of my leaders. I did 40 contacts a day in 40 days, okay? And people were like, wait, what? 40 contacts a day in 40 days, and this took about 2 hours a day-ish, okay? Because those 32 introduced contacts up there, those can be the hey yous, right? Those can be the copy and pastes. Those can be, quick blitz inside Facebook, tag people, comment on people's posts, right? Interacting with people. Those introduce pieces, however you want to say it. Those introduce elements, and I know you guys are going to dive into that a little bit more tonight, but those can happen in the parking lot, right? In parent pickup. Those can happen when you're sitting at a ball game. Those can happen while you're watching TV at night. You want to send a couple of emails out, boom, 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 done, right? So don't let that 32 freak you out. It doesn't have to be 32 individual one-on-one conversations that you're having with people. Now, it may turn into that. And guess what? That's what you want, right? That's what we want. We want those conversations to turn into something meaningful. But it's at least reaching out, saying, you know what, I'm going to reach out to 32 people every day, just in this introduce phase and and get to know people. And then I'm going to reach out to 4 people a day in the invite phase. And then I'm going to reach out to 4 people a day in the invest phase. And honestly, here's how I came up with the 2 hours. Take that 32 block out, right? Because we know we can do that. That's quick, right? Down here at the bottom, here's how I figured it out. A conversation is about 10 minutes. Right? A decent conversation is about 10 minutes. Again, they can be a little bit more, some can be a little bit less. If Megan's on my team, part of my invest phase is I just want to find out how is she doing. So I can send a quick text, Megan, talk to me. What's going on this week? Right? What are you going to do? What's your goal for February Frenzy and how can I support you? Right? Pick up the phone, call her, Megan, Lou, what's your goal for February Frenzy? What are you going to do this week? How can I support you? Right? That doesn't have to be a long conversation, but it's a powerful conversation to have. So if I realize that those are about 10-minute conversations and I've got 2 hours in my day, that's 40 minutes in each block. That's 40 minutes in introduce, 40 minutes in invite. That's 4 10-minute conversations, and 40 minutes in invest. That's 4 10-minute conversations. You guys with me? So in about 2 hours a day, and again, it may take a little bit longer, especially if you're just getting into this. Some conversations may lead to more, which is great. That's what we want. Look what happens with your business when you do that. All right, I love numbers. I do a 10% conversion rate. All right, so here we go. So if I'm doing 32 conversations times 40 days, right, that gives me 1,280 connections that I'm having. All right, If 10% of them, I can move them to the invite phase, that's 128 conversations about Isagenix. If 10% of that group converts and says, yes, I want to enroll, which is about the conversion rate, that means I get 12 enrollments. And if 20% of my enrollments are business builders, which again, that's about what the company is, right? With what is it, 17% are product users, or excuse me, 17% are business builders, 83% are product users. Okay, so somewhere in there. That means I get 3 to 4 consultants. So by taking this 40 conversations a day and 40-day challenge, I could have 3 to 4 consultants by the end of it. And it comes from 2-ish hours a day of work in the business. To me, that's pretty powerful stuff, right? That's a good place to be. And again, that's just running some numbers. It's just a formula. There's no guarantee. This is the compliance part, right? There's no guarantee that this is going to work. It's a formula to help get you to success. You guys with me? So here's the cool thing. Donovan, I don't have 2 hours. Awesome. So split this in half, right? If you got an hour, it's 20 minutes, 20 minutes, and 20 minutes. So I can do 2 invites, 2 invests, and I can do what's half of 32. I can do, is it 16? 16 up there in the introduce piece. Donovan, I've got more than that. I really want to get this business up and running. Awesome. Do you have 4 hours a day? All right, great. Then double this. 64 in introduce, 8 in invite, 8 in invest, right? And make it happen. Okay, everybody, hopefully you guys are with me. Let me check the chat. I probably just blew somebody up. Okay, good. That's good stuff. All right, cool. All right. I thought somebody was freaking out. Do a little 911. I'm going to say one more thing, Casey, and then I'm going to throw it back to you, okay? And guys, I'm going to be very real and very raw, all right? The reason that most of you will hang up this phone and hang up this call and not take action on this is because you believe the lie that you cannot do this and that you don't deserve it. And I'm telling you right now, I came across a Facebook Live that I did last year. And in that Facebook Live, it was all about decision. And it was all about making a conscious decision, conscious effort that this year I was going to turn things around. That last year, 2017, I was going to turn things around. And I was going to make that decision that no matter what, 2017 was going to be my year. And I'm telling you, I don't have time to get into all of it tonight. 2017, personally, was one of the most difficult years that I've had because of some of the stuff that was going on for me. But I decided to power through. I decided I was going to get through it no matter what. I was going to figure out how to make it happen. I was no longer going to stay stuck in that place. I was done. I was done. Right? Tony Robbins talks about this. We move because of pain or pleasure. We move because where we are right now, somewhere else is so much more pleasurable that I need to be in that, or I can't stand the pain of where I am any longer, and we make a decision that we're going to move on. Guys, tonight, you can make the choice. Listen, this February frenzy is huge. What I just showed you is huge, right? This is going to get you past February frenzy. This is going to get you into March, and there's probably a really good possibility of something cool coming in March, right, to help you with your business too. So why not use the momentum of this to move you into March to set this year on fire? Why not get to a point where you look back next year, 2019, this date, you jump on this call and you say, you know what? I'm a completely different person. I'm in a completely different space. My family is in a completely different space because of a decision I made on a Zoom call when some dude was talking about making a choice, making a decision, and I just decided I was going to do it. I live by these three little phrases: dream it, declare it, and do it. If you can dream it, you deserve it. So dream it, declare it. I'm going to make this happen, and then do it. Do it. Do whatever you have to do to make it happen. If it's that important to you, 40 minutes a day in each of these different areas is not that hard. It's just making the decision that you're going to do it and then commit to it. And I could go on, but I'll stop. I'm going to get into preaching mode. Some of you guys know I was a youth pastor, so I'll start preaching. Listen, I am so, one of the things that I've learned by doing this for almost 2.5 years now is that a lot of people go, man, I want this, and want this. What ends up happening is your why turns into a want, turns into a wish, because you don't believe that you deserve it, that you can do it, right? Make your why your why. This is the reason. This is the driver. This is what's going to get me up in the morning to do this and make it happen. Yeah, there are going to be some days it's going to suck, right? It's just the reality of it. Brendan Burchard says, you know what? Embrace the suck. Embrace the fact that it sucks. Embrace the fact that it's painful. Embrace the fact that you're having to do this, because when you get up and do it, you're doing it for a reason. And it's going to be that much more powerful and meaningful for you in the end when you make it happen. All right, with that.
Oh, we just love you.
Casey.
Oh my gosh. That was so good. You have us all so fired up. I'm speechless on that one. You guys think about that. I mean, that's, kind of, we did a call last night and, talking about like, there are those moments like where it sucks or like life does happen and we all go through those moments. And, the difference between the people who, have success in Isagenix and the people who don't are the ones that plow through those times, or
Yep.
you find joy in the journey and you remember why it is that you're doing it. Or it's like, gosh, I'm so exhausted after working all day and coming home and the kids, and it's like, oh my gosh, you do this for, it's like, I am excited to do this 40 minutes because I've made a decision that my life is going to be different. And so then it's taking in that excitement instead of like the dreading, oh my gosh, I got to do 40 minutes. It's taking that plow through and putting joy in the journey, putting excitement, taking it back to the decision and what's on the other side of that, and feeling really good even in those moments of turbulence that are taking place. And then you're going to be just in this state of excitement when you're sending out those messages. That, hey, you, that was an aha for me. Holy, how have I not known about hey, you? So, we love you, Donovan. I know that you're crazy busy with all of us, that you're always just there for us. We love you. Thank you so much. That was awesome. And
Awesome.
I'm going to share with you guys now some like text shortcuts and some scripts to actually do. It's almost like we must have planned this out. What we were going to talk about last night, and then with all the promotions came out, we did this, and then you're talking about this. So heading right into it. So
awesome. Oh, and Thursday, you're doing something Thursday, right?
yes, we are. We're having a virtual launch party, a Zoom party in our product page.
Okay. And I'm going to help out with that, guys. So Thursday night, I can't be there because I'm going to be in our February Frenzy. So we're just kicking our February Frenzy off. So I'm going to support you guys by sending some free codes your way. And it's going to be for those. Now, listen, it's not for you to sit on the call or sit in there and squat, take a code, and go sign somebody up. I want you to get your guests involved and plugged in. So if I have your word that you will do that, then I'll get those codes out to Casey. All right?
Let's see some words up in the chat. Everybody give the word that we're going to take these 4s and multiply that by people that we've been in the introducing phase to. And awesome. Yep. You got the word.
All right.
All
Perfect.
right. Thank you, Donovan.
Love you guys. We'll talk to you later.
See you in February.
Woohoo!
23rd. Boom,
right.
boom, boom. All right. Awesome. All right, guys. That was a great, fabulous lead. All right, I'm going to try to see how I can technology get the screen back. Let's see. All right. Hold on, let me see your screen, if I can do this real quick. All right, hold on, let me just see if that gives me back. Okay, it's giving me, all right, awesome. Okay, so this really does go perfectly. Hold on, I see some chat going. And Donovan was more handsome in person today. So yeah, I can't wait. Jordan and Courtney, you're going to be delivering the goods, you guys, again next Monday. So that's going to be awesome. So just bear with me for a second while I deal with technology for a sec. Okay. I don't know why it's showing. Sandy Collins, your iPhone is showing. I don't know. Are you guys seeing that on the, is that what you guys see too? All right, hold on. I guess the energy is high. First Dawn, and then has some tech, and now All right, hold on. Share screen. All right, here we go. Hold on for me. Okay, does everybody see? Kind of everybody now? Is that what you guys are seeing? It's blank. Is it still blank, or do you guys see like the whole group?
Okay, well, depending on how you have it, I mean, if you have it as speaker view, you probably only see you. I don't see a screen. Do you want me to try to see if I can share mine? I don't see your screen share.
All right, hold on. Well, there's really, all right, I have some stuff. All right, so I want everybody, all right, so this is gonna be like some action, guys. So I'm gonna be wanting everybody to be putting things and actually playing in your phone. So if you are on Isagenix from your phone, like right now, you will leave the Zoom and it'll be red, but you should still be able to like hear. You just won't be seeing the screen. So it's going to be playing in the chat box. So make sure that you have your chat box, because I want everybody to kind of get there and know how to use it. So Katie Fisher, are you on here with us, Katie? She might have some kiddos in the background. Unmute yourself, Katie, if you're available too. All right, so I'm gonna talk to you guys about the iPhones first. If you have a Samsung, you're there, Katie?
I'm right here.
Okay, cool. Can you, for anybody who has a Samsung or a Android of some kind, can you just guide them through on where they will get to the text area?
I didn't have all this written down, Casey.
I have it. I'm like, hold on, I can find it too. I thought you might just kind of know it off the top, but hold on, I can find it too. And then we're going to get to us brilliant folks with iPhones.
Well, I go to my message to you. It was in there.
Okay, cool. All right, so go into your settings. If you have an Android or whatnot. And we're going to take you to your text shortcuts.
Now, Casey, I had a couple other people on this to try and see if we could get more characters in ours.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have an answer yet. I know for sure for my Samsung, I can only have 150 characters.
Yes, so for Samsung and Droids, you guys are going to be able to get these links on how to send videos, and that's what you're going to do. And then, so I'm going to go over like video links and put some in there for the chat for you guys, so we can go ahead, get them loaded, be prepared, not something that we're going to come back to at a later time. We're going to do it right now. And then I'm going to get into some longer things that the iPhone users can use, but all of us are going to do the links too anyway. All right, so from a Android, you go to Settings, General, Maintenance, Language, and then you do Virtual Shortcut, and then you do the Keyboard, and then Predictive Text, and then Text Shortcuts. Okay, that's how you get to it from your phone. If you have an iPhone, and we're going to put in links. Here, Katie, can you mute out? Your beautiful kiddos are talking to us. Now, if you have an iPhone, you're going to go to Settings. Then you're going to go to General. Then you're going to go to Keyboard. And then you're going to go to Text Replacement. Okay, so that is where we are going to do all this. And then we're going to be doing Add. So I have it on my computer for us, and I'm going to put links in the chat. So an example would be this. Okay, so everybody needs to be in the chat for this. So weird. Do you guys see my text coming in the chat? Do you guys see my? This is, I don't know what is up with. That is so random. All right, chat. That is so,
Text message to me and then I'll put it in there.
that is so wild. Technology, gotta love it. All right. I don't know why that will not let me paste. All right, so Morgan is putting it into the chat.
So we put all of that in there, even the little,
Put that in
okay.
there for everybody to see in the chat. Much easier copy pasting than actually just putting your links in.
All right, so just like that, all that, even with that little
Okay.
22.
I don't know what that is.
All right, well, minus that
I'm
then.
gonna ignore the 22. Okay, so if you'll see how I do it, and you're gonna want to come up with it on your own. This is the Transform Your Life video, right? How we're always trying to go and pull videos, which video, what I sent, etc. So depending on where you are, I am going to be using, here, Maureen, I'm gonna send you something to post to for everybody if they're trying to get to it from the Droid. Okay, so you go to your text shortcut. My phrase is the video. That's where you would put the phrase. So go ahead, take the time, highlight that in the chat right now. All right, highlight it. And go plug it in now. So whatever it is that you want your shortcut to be, all of my videos start with V. So for me, it's video transform. That's how I'm remembering that video. So whatever it is going to be for you, all of my videos personally start with a V. So like Mary Evans Just Cleanse, for example, is the same. All right. And then, so then I want you guys to put that, go plug that into your shortcut, and then now paste it in the chat or text it to somebody that you see on this call. And again, your shortcut is whatever it is that you remember. The phrase is the link. The shortcut is how you remember it. I'm gonna send you it. All right. Everybody have it. Everybody good. Your phone. You got it? I see some smiles. I see some confusion. I see some laughter. That's always good. Are you guys? Me too. You got it, Susan? All right, thumbs up if you have it done. Okay, now so literally text somebody that's on here or put it in so you can see that the video just pops up like that. It works, how great. All right, Miss, if you don't have general is under settings on an iPhone. I'm not honestly sure as far as with a Droid. All right, you got it? All right, so now go put the Just Cleanse one in there, you guys. Go put the Just Cleanse. I'm gonna put a lot of videos in here right now for you guys, and then I'm gonna show you how to like go and grab them. But I think right now, just getting set up with getting them actually rocking. So, all right, this is my, and again, you're gonna put the text on whatever it is that you remember it by. I don't know what that 22 is. Something I think it's like my Microsoft Word or something. I don't know if like there's an update or something crazy was happening. All right. So we'll get some thumbs up when that goodness. And I got some really good scripts for you guys to put in there too, to be doing your introduce ones here too. But again, as far as with a Droid, I don't know if there's an app or if there is something that will allow you to put paragraphs. I can't figure it out. So,
are we going to be putting all these instructions and things in the group so that people can have them?
I would love people go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to do that. But you guys go ahead and just plug them in too, like right now, you know? But I'll put those in there too. I have it. And it was weird, like copying it from Word and then copying it from Facebook, or like typing it in there was different than like trying to make a Word thing. So that was interesting too. So, all right, let me go. All right, so everybody seems good with that, with those ones right there. Doesn't take much time at all, so that's exciting. I'm gonna pull up some scripts for you guys. All right. How great is Donovan? I just love him. I'm so excited that he's going to be at the Fayetteville February Frenzy. Okay. All right, so an example of this one, I want us all to be in the good old chat. Here is something that you could do as far as if you were trying to invite somebody. Okay, so I'm all taking this from the script of Jessica, and I'll just kind of show you. I'm just going to share my screen and go into Facebook as I. Okay, so here you'll see my screen. And this is the ones that I'm putting in, but I'm just taking them and putting them into the chat. But if you want to read them, like not from the thing. So, hey, how are you? Not sure if you've seen some of my posts, but I started a little business sort of by accident, almost. See how I have a break in that? That's for you to go plug into the year, right? That's going to be different for everybody. If it's a year, if it's, months or whatever. And if you need to adjust it a little bit so it's your story or it sounds true and authentic and real to you, that's what you want to do. It started by me just wanting to get some great, easy nutrition, and I had such an amazing experience. I looked further. The company we partnered with provides a 30-day blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing, right? If we read the Eric Worre book, you are very well respected in the wellness world, and I would really value your opinion. This is something that I would send to like a doctor or maybe somebody like a chiropractor or somebody like that, somebody that's into fitness or nutrition or something like that. Would you be open to taking a look and letting me know what you think, right? This is an indirect way to invite somebody to take a look, and then you kind of see what they say. All right, so you would label that whichever it works for you. So like if this is something, referral wellness is how I would have that labeled, referral wellness. And all of my things that are text to send to people, I actually have as T. I have T in front. Just like I have V for video, I have T in front of it. Okay, so there's one. I'm going to put this one in there so you guys can copy too. See how it's almost like the same thing? Hey, how are you? Not sure if you see my post, blank year ago, the company I'm started with. I really respect what you have done in business. This would go to somebody that really they're successful in what they do. They're an entrepreneur. Maybe it's an entrepreneur. And just because this is your text or your shortcut that you're sending, you can always go in and edit it too, guys. I would love for you to take a look at the pay structure. Go ahead and fix that one. And business model and give me your opinion. I'd love to see how somebody at your level breaks down the benefits. It would really help me out. People want to help you out, right? That's not weird. That's not crazy. If somebody has success in business, like that's a really great thing to send. And I have brought people into my organization that have looked at the compensation plan to let me know what they think. And this is where it gets started. All right. This one. Hey, how are you? How is life? I know it's been forever. I would love to catch up. This is something really powerful that you can use for your people. I'm going to put this in there for you guys. I also wanted to reach out because I'm looking for some accountability. I know it's random, but I have been so impressed by the transformations I've seen in a private online group I am in. So I've decided to give this cellular shifting in superfoods a try. The person who told me about it said it's a lot more fun to do with people you know. Since you have been on my mind to reconnect with anyway, I thought it may be fun if something you would be interested in as well. I know, random, right? So it's almost like it's like a reconnecting with someone, but being like really direct and stuff too, of just really of somebody getting started, looking for some accountability to help your people get paid and be successful at doing the product, and kind of planting seeds. And, you know, kind of like what Donovan was talking about, not just putting it out there and hoping somebody sees your post, but actually going into somebody's thing and with, my gosh, this Hey You for your new people that start, let's get them set up on Hey You and just send it to everybody that you hadn't talked to in however long. So, all right, hold on, I see the chat. I don't know what, maybe it's because I'm not the owner of this Zoom account while I'm having, can you cut and paste others? Yes, okay, sorry, all right. And again, you guys, be sure you go in there and you put the actual good old, you know, your time in there and change it up, and definitely check spelling and grammar if you are interested and not texting and typing like me. It's worked, you know what, that just goes to show, right? Anybody can build this business. All right, here's one of our next ones. And again, for me, all of mine is T. I can put it in chat now, that's exciting. Mine is T, and then what it would be. So T, referral. All right, here's an example. Not sure if you see my post almost 5.5 years ago in a wellness and nutrition products, Would you be open to taking a look and letting me know what you think? I mean, it really is, it's not, these scripts are so easy to start the conversation going. This is something that I'm using a lot for my local area. I am focusing on my local area. I know it's random, but since you're local, I wanted to see if you had people that come to mind for either of those, or if you yourself are interested. Have a great day. Like, you guys, put that T, referral local, right? So this is like how that is in my phone, T, referral local. And it just, space, it puts it up. All right, so there's super fun. All right, now here is the first one, and all of this will be, I'll have it all after this recording, and it'll all be, so you can just take them from Facebook, because for some reason, I don't know why the Word document, yeah, it was weird, like it wouldn't take it into, whatever. All right, here's one. So when I enroll somebody into Isagenix, what I do is I screenshot their order. I screenshot it if I'm doing the order. It has their username, password, you know, their order number, everything like that. And I screenshot it to them. This is something that you could send to somebody every single time order goes in, right? Initial order. So that's how I have it saved. I have that saved as initial order. And that's right there is where I'll put the auto ship date. Right? If you do dollar Make-A-Wishes, or if you do something else for auto ship, obviously edit it to what you do. And then you just send them the picture that you screenshotted it, and bam, you have that right there for them. This is something that I have split up, but it's like just right here, getting started post right here. So instead of taking the time and writing out getting started, you guys, 90% of emails are not read. I really don't, unless somebody asks me for an email, everything I do is text and is text or Facebook Messenger. So right there, then it's, you just copy this, and this would be your welcome. Right there, if you use the HIA coaching. So again, I'll get them all posted and stuff in there. Does anybody have any questions or technical? This is something that I don't know how Android users can do, paragraphs. I don't know, but at least you guys can use the video links. I have stuff now for people, you know, your initial post that you can send to people for their initial post. I have stuff for people that, you know, they're struggling with the products, what to expect when you detox, to send that to people when they're starting, going through their box. I mean, you can have 100 shortcuts, but it's something that you're going to have to remember of what you're putting yours to. But yeah, that is, the things will be up there too for people, but I just wanted people to practice it and put it in there while we're on here. So does anybody have any issues with doing any of that from videos or the phrases, or any questions or anything like that from it? I know, it's pretty awesome. Let me just tell you like how exciting this is, and like time saver, and you really are talking about that. It's ridiculous. Like who knew? welcome videos, welcome. Yeah, love it. I know it's a game changer. Take this and put it to good use by actually going through and doing it. Screenshot them if you can't copy them right now. Oh no, I'll get them when I load this. All right, does anybody have any questions? All right, I'm gonna, if you do, unmute. Work smarter, not harder. You think about that, guys, in the compressed time, like if this is something that we can implement and have these things for us, you know, we joke about it. This business can be built on the toilet. Like, I mean, it's a joke, but it's the reality of it. Like you're doing it in the pockets of your day or in those 20-minute increments that you can really break down and get specific. And especially those, you know, inviting people to take a look from that script of Jessica on how many different ways that you could be asking for that referral based on somebody's expertise or what it is, or is it a direct, you know, question that you're asking them or something like that. So, you know, thinking about going into this February frenzy and just, you guys remember too, just what Donovan said, just like how we're all doing a Think and Grow Rich. It's because people don't believe that they can do it, right? This is not rocket science what we're doing here, right? We're plugging in links, putting some things into little things, and it's being in action, right? It's just linking it out. So figure out which system works for you, how many times, you know, are you going to send it out a day? What are the scripts and how are you going to add them? But did anybody put a script one in? You guys, the script ones are like, I'm like, well, anybody who does not have an iPhone will just have to go get an iPhone, period. That's just all there is to that. Did anybody put one of that? Hold on, I can send one of my my favorites too. So fun. I've just had entirely too much fun with this. Okay, this is amazing. I won't take it from my Word. I don't know what's up with Word. I'll just put it in when I upload things. Technology wanting to play with us today. All right. Samsung Android language input, virtual keyboard, Samsung. Yeah. All right. Morgan just got the Hey You app. I love it. Look at Joe. Joe. Love it. How perfect is that? Guys, you can just connect all day long with people this way. Oh my gosh. You can invite just 24/7. Love it. I'm going to take this one and I'll put it in the list of the scripts. All right, anybody have anything that they want to add or say? Morgan, you want to talk about anything? 40 connections just went to 80 plus. Right? I mean, really, you know, that's what Peter Kelly talked about, working smarter, not harder, and, you know, really creating the leverage and the time freedom that you want. Y'all are going to flip when you see some of mine that I have together. I don't know what's up. They're so good on the coaching ones. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Hey You app is green and it has 3 little like arrows that go up. I don't know. It's hard to see on his screen. It's hard to see on mine too. But it just said Hey in the App Store instead of Hey You, but I YouTubed and found it.
That was Shanna.
It says Hey SMS Blast is what it says in the App Store.
Love it. You guys, get these plugged in. What we're going to do is we're going to have a very short how-to video for your new people, okay? So for your brand new people that are just coming on, that are starting to build this business, we will create a very short, you know, how to do, or we'll find one on YouTube for that just so people know, and then we'll have these little things written out together, and then so you can link that to them or have it on like a Google Doc or something. So it's something that we're all getting very excited about. So, all right. Coolness, take everything Donovan said to heart. Again, Thursday, you guys, for codes, really take advantage of that. People that you know are in performance, maybe that's why you're thinking of them. You know, I'm reaching out to you because I'd love to know what you really think about this. You know, these products, put together a little thing in the Hey You and just blast it out there for you. And then keep plugging them back into when you're typing something common that you're seeing or something that you're always saying. I'm doing it for some of my favorite personal development things that I listen to. I'm like, oh, and I'm like labeling these names. I'm like, oh, pull that one back in instead of like searching all the time. So I'm all about some extra time. Can you post a screenshot of the Hey You app icon? Yes, we'll post a screenshot of that too. So, all right, guys, we'll get this up and running. I'm so excited about this whole situation, and everybody have a good night. Oh, it works, Montana. I see it. She just downloaded it and sent me a text. She goes, hey, I just downloaded the app. See if it's working. It's working. And you guys, I'd love when we post the video, like, you know, if you're in mastermind and accountability, like, what's your number? What's your number that you're going to do? What's out of that thing, 32, 4, and 4? Like, what is it for you based on how much time? Get your system set up and then blow it out of the water. Now I need people's phone numbers. All right. Bye, guys. Why this Zoom is so different? It's not my link. This is interesting. All right. See you guys on the flip side.